I was in Beirut in 1982, and the Israelis were bombing and shelling from offshore a boat into the city of Beirut. I mean, to actually shell and bomb into a populated, overpopulated area, a city, any town, any village, is a criminal act from the beginning, because you know your targets are indiscriminate and they are going to, harm people who are totally innocent.
Yes.
So in this case, the Israelis dropped a special bomb that collapsed a block of flats, a high-rise block, and turned it into what could only be described as a club sandwich. I mean, it just came down and down and down, crushing and killing everything inside that block of flats. I went with all the rest of the media in Beirut. Words spreads very quickly of these events, and everybody was on the scene. Hundreds of people tearing with their bare hands, trying to, find some form of survival in this building. I heard a terrible screaming of a woman, and I looked round and I saw a woman beating her face and screaming and looking up. And I brought my camera up to my eye. I took one frame. It was a huge mistake. She saw me, and she came to me, beating me. I took the most fearful beating, which I, looking back on it, think, you deserve that, because you didn't use your brain. You didn't use your knowledge of these situations, and therefore, you made a mistake, and boy, did you pay for it. It went from bad to worse. The people around her, they restrained her, thank God, because I thought she would have punched me to death. And then some Palestinians were, joined in the anger, and one man grabbed my Nikon camera from my left arm, which had been injured previously in a battle in Salvador a few weeks before. So I had this slightly crippled arm with my Nikon camera, and I could hear the crunching of my arm as he tried to take this camera away from me, but at the same time, he was pointing at my face with a 9mm pistol. And with this hysterical, anger, I thought, one thing's going to give. He's either going to take my camera or he's going to pull the trigger and blow my face away.
Yes.
So then other people restrained him, because, hysteria takes over. And the Middle East is a particularly, bad place for hysteria. Once things get out of control, you can drown in the consequences. So I was allowed to leave, and I left with a great shame on my shoulders.
Yes.
I thought, McCullin, you really messed it up today. You don't do this normally. What's gone wrong with you? And I thought I had one purpose in mind, was to get away as quickly as possible, go back to my hotel and lock myself in my room. And I got back to the hotel, and I said to the waiter in the restaurant, bring me a cup of coffee, please. And I sat down. And within about 5 minutes, a slightly noisy, loudmouth guy came in, who was on the fringe of the media circus there, said, hey, that woman that beat you, she's just been killed.
Oh my God.
And I said, please leave me alone. Go away, leave me alone. And I sat with my coffee, and I thought, what's going on? And you see, what happens is, the event of that day becomes my day. It becomes, I felt like the person that was injured, but I wasn't, of course. The woman was the one. Another car bomb went off, and this woman happened to be in its path, and it killed her, blew her away.